Hi and welcome to today's daily reading, which is for March 13th. And the daily reading, as always this year, is coming from Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence by Sarah Young. So, March 13th. Learn to live above your circumstances. This requires focused time with me, the one who overcame the world. Trouble and distress are woven into the very fabric of this perishing world. Only my life in you can empower you to face this endless flow of problems with good cheer. As you sit quietly in my presence, I shine peace into your troubled mind and heart. Little by little, you are freed from earthly shackles and lifted up above your circumstances. You gain my perspective on your life, enabling you to distinguish between what is important and what is not. Rest in my presence, receiving joy that no one can take away from you. Ooh, that was smooth. I managed to do that okay with my eyes. Woohoo! John, that ties in with John 33 and John 22. No, John 16, verse 33 and John 16, verse 22. Just think two. I would just read John 16. And actually yesterday, after my daily reading, I decided that I was being guided. I think I spoke earlier, one day earlier, or a few days earlier, about the fact that I haven't read the Bible and that I'm being guided to maybe dip into the Bible. But the Good News Bible that I have is this version here. And, if I think the writing in here is small, the writing in the Good News Bible is so much smaller. But yesterday I thought, okay, I was guided to read the story of Jesus being tempted by the devil and the 40 days in the wilderness. And I thought, well, where do you find that? So I Googled and it took me to Matthew. So I found Matthew in this book. It just managed to find it. And I had a little read of it eventually. But I sat right next to the window and I sat and I sat and I sat. And I just had this patience to allow my eyes to eventually let me read the passage that I was meant to read. And it's quite fascinating, because I am on this journey of trust, learning how to live above my circumstances. And my circumstances in my human mind tell me that I need glasses and I need to be able to see and I need to be able to see quickly. But the reality of it is that I don't. And what is important and what is not, distinguishing between the two. So resting in a peaceful place, not being impatient, not judging myself, not being angry or feeling sorry for myself that I, can't see as well as I might be able to if I stuck my glasses on. It's quite incredible. So, I've said before that these readings are primarily for me to do my own spiritual exploration, and that if anyone else gets anything from them, then that is brilliant. But only Jesus' life in us can empower us to face the endless flow of problems with good cheer. And how brilliant is it to be able to face your circumstances, whatever they are, in good cheer? I believe in a God who is loving, caring, wishes us to be happy and joyful, not a God who strikes fear into us if we commit a sin. I think all sins are forgiven in the scheme of things. And we learn through sin, we learn through getting things wrong, we learn through incorrect decisions or maybe not so smart decisions. We're here to learn, and I don't think we're punished for that learning. And it's taken me a long time to get there with forgiveness for myself, for my perceived sins of the past, and quite severe ones really in the Christian teachings. But, I have forgiven myself. I know there's nothing I can do to change my past. And I know that my past brought me to my present. And my present would be different if I hadn't lived my past. So it's quite an interesting awareness to have. And if you have the awareness of you being exactly where you're meant to be because you have lived the way you have lived, then I think that's a great place to be. Anyway, 5 minutes is up. Namaste. Love to you all. Bye now. Bye.